Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Just wanted to give a quick update following our first session at the weekend and just a little bit of an outline of the programme for those that are new to the County Academy programme. So first thing we did with the boys at the weekend is have a quick chat to them as a group and mention to them, which I think is really important straight off the bat, that this is Sussex County Academy and they've shown a level to be here, which is great, but ultimately it isn't playing for Sussex yet. I think it's important they understand that, because we want a mindset that's all about learning, all about improving. And as I said to them, if they keep enjoying their golf, if they keep learning, if they keep improving, that's the way that they'll play for Sussex in the future. If they have aspirations to do that, they're not there just yet. As I say, they can be if they keep learning, keep improving, and we want them to have a really good mindset, really good attitude towards learning and improving. And that's kind of how I set it up for them. That's the goal really of these 8 sessions, this County Academy programme. At the end of it, if they've enjoyed themselves and they've learned and they've improved, then that's the job done. So yeah, what we covered, well, just in terms of the programme, a little bit of an overview. We've got our 8 sessions, so we've got 4 half-day sessions and 2 full-day sessions, and it'll be a mix of out on the course and on the range, putting green, in the practice environment basically. And I said to the boys, we'll always be basically working on either trying to cover all aspects of the game. So we'll be working on either putting, short game, wedge play, long game, strategy, and also a little bit of mental skills tied in there as well. So we're kind of always working on one of those areas, trying to get through all the different areas to help them through the different aspects of the game. Generally speaking, won't be too heavily involved on the technical side of things. There may be a little bit here and there if there's something quite obvious and quite quick and easy that I think maybe will help them and have a positive influence, but on the whole it's quite tricky to do that in the group environment with sort of 8, 9, 10 boys. But we can have hopefully a good influence and a big impact on their improvement without necessarily having to do that. So for example, some things we did in the session, this first session, we just covered pitching, just in understanding concepts, so understanding how the club needs to be delivered for a good pitch shot, talked about distance control, etc., sort of managing expectations, what good looks like in terms of pitching, and we did a little pitching competition, and a lot of what we'll do as well is competitive practice. I think it's really good for the boys to be doing competitive practice. They're all quite competitive and they can get a lot out of the competitive practice as well. So we did a little bit of, I'd say, understanding the concepts of the pitching, a little bit of competitive practice, and then we did same thing, stayed in pitching but using lots and lots of different clubs. So again, had a talk about how that develops their skills. If they're trying to hit like a 50-yard pitch with like a 5-iron and trying to land it on the green, that's going to develop their skills. Again, that's stuff that we can do, not jumping in on technique, that is going to help their development hopefully. And then we did some putting and chipping, and again just covered concepts, help their understanding, know like how close are we always trying to hit it with our chipping. We're always trying to get it within 6 foot, get them start to thinking about being able to measure 6 foot. Again, with putting, with our long putts, we want to get it in the safe zone. How big is the safe zone? 3 foot, etc. So just little things like that, starting to get their understanding, again, can all help with their improvement. Again, talked about concepts, some concepts with putting and chipping, and then just more competitive practice in that area with chipping and with putting as well. Also tied into the mental skills, where we had a chat about the chipping game we did was very difficult, but obviously a certain amount of difficulty is good, because a certain amount of struggle is how we improve, how we get better. Talked about having the right mindset towards that, so tying into the mental skills, etc. So yeah, that was kind of a brief overview of what we did this session, and the sessions moving forward will be quite similar, as I say, covering different areas of the game, doing lots and lots of competitive practice in the practice environment and out on the golf course as well. And as I say, hopefully at the end of the programme the boys will have enjoyed themselves and they'll have made some good improvements. And that's that. So please feel free to get in touch if you've got any questions, comments, feedback. The Spond app is quite new to me, so I can't quite get to grips with it just yet. I was struggling to see who exactly was attending, although there was an attending list for the first session, because there seems to be a mix of parents and juniors. So if you can please reply to this message and let me know if you're attending on Sunday. We're going out on the golf course for a good amount of the session, so it'd be really good to make a plan. I can't really make a plan unless I know it for sure who's coming. So if you can please confirm if you're coming on Sunday, that'd be really great. As I say, please get in touch if you've got any questions or anything in the meantime. All right, thank you.